everyone, Once Bitten here at the Battle Report. So this is Game 3 of Southern Assault 2014, my Beastmen versus an Ogre army. You've probably seen this army before. It is beautifully done. A lot of these models are custom sculpted. They're almost all modified, incredibly painted. This is Lord Inquisitor, and he's been in at least a couple of my battle reports before. I think our most famous game was a couple years ago at this very same tournament. We played at the top table the last game. I eked out a victory. He won the tournament. I won nothing. And we still joke about that. So I think we're at the top table here. I know that my first game I got full points, and my second game I had a very, very solid win. And I think he's done just as well. We've taken very different approaches to our list building. I tried to build as soft an army as I could, but in a way that I still felt I could win. So I think my comp, according to the Swedish system, is a 14. And Lord Inquisitor just said, screw it, he's going for a tough army. I think his scored -8 on the Swedish system, so he has got a tough as nails army. And I think, again, as I mentioned in a previous battle report, when I designed my list, I thought this would have a very good matchup against ogres. The flip side of that is how does a comp 14 army fare against a comp -8 army? And I guess we'll see. So I'm going to go through the battle report, and at the very end I'm going to offer just a couple, I'm going to extend the report to talk about a couple tactical things. So starting on the left, he's got saber tusks, some Mornfang with the gleaming pennant, musician standard, iron blaster behind it, another saber tusk, bunch of iron guts with the 4 characters. I mean it's not in horde formation or anything like that, but it's still kind of a Death Star. Just, you know, he's got the crown of command, so you're not going to break him through combat res. He's got so many wounds, it's going to take it forever to just kill him through wounds, and he's got characters in there that can just do a ton of wounds to you, so not good. He has the Hell Heart, which is the bane of any kind of council list. Unit of 9 bulls, another iron blaster, then a unit of, what is that, 7 man-eaters. These guys have poison, stubborn, and they have the dragon hide banner, so the rerolling 1s in the charge. Those guys are nasty. I don't know what I have to deal with them, unless I assume some kind of magic buff. If I get a purple sun through them, if I get soul blight, something like that, if I can kill them through combat res and then get doom and darkness, then we would be good. I just don't remember in this game what spells I took, because I want to say my memory is that I didn't have doom and darkness. It doesn't necessarily matter, but so on my left I've got a Razor Gore, 1 horde of gore. I've got my harpies in front with my best gore standard to discipline, my general, and my BSB in there. They've got the same build I've been using. 2 Razor Gore chariots. There's a herdstone in between them with my bunker, 3 level 1s. Then I've got another horde on the right with my level 4 Lore of Death, and he's got a power stone as well as the Stone of Spite. I can tell you now, the Stone of Spite wasn't used all tournament long. Another Razor Gore chariot, and then another Razor Gore on the far right. And he's got a saber tusk on the far right, of course. So, not ideally, he rolls the turn to go first and moves up. If I go first, there's actually not a whole lot I have to do. I can move up my level 4, try to get within 24 inches, and maybe do some death sniping. Other than that, there's really not a whole lot. So I don't love that he moves so quickly. I feel like he's right up on me. During the magic phase, irresistible forces, some kind of buff to that bull unit on the right. I really wasn't worried about it. And the net result of the miscast is he loses a single iron gut. He casts a spell that I have to take a panic test. My Razor Gore over here is outside of leadership and reroll. He fails it and runs off the table, which shows my opponent's view that a lot of games like this are won in the chaff. His iron blasters open up and kill 1 Razor Gore chariots. That's just brutal. The points difference between a Razor Gore chariot and an iron blaster really isn't that much, and they're pretty much just as good as a chariot, and they can shoot. So, not to gripe, but I'm griping. All right, Beastman turn 1. Basically what I need to do, I knew going into the game that I wanted to get my best Gore in against his Mornfang, and I want to get my Gore unit up against his Death Star. But I just kind of got mixed up when I was deploying because, you know, oh no, I need my general and my BSB in range of everything. So what I'm doing instead is I'm moving my Bestigor up so they can charge his Mournfang. The Mournfang can charge them. The Mournfang probably can't reach my Gore behind him. And then I sacrifice my Harpies just to make sure my Bestigor don't get charged by his Death Star, because that would be an awful, awful matchup for me. Yeah, so otherwise you can see what's happening. My Razorgore, if you look at the bottom right, got shot by his Man-Eaters turn 1. They have brace of pistols and extra hand weapon, by the way. So this turn 2, you know, my turn 1, I'd moved him behind my lines to use him as chaff when needed later. So Ogre's turn 2, his Iron Guts charge my Harpies just to clear that chaff out of the way. His Mournfang charge my Gore unit on the left and fail it. And he parks a Saber Tusk right in front of my Bestigor so I can't countercharge. He charged with his Man-Eaters and his Bulls into my Gore unit, and one unit made it, the other one didn't. And that's exactly what I needed to happen. If both units go in there, I am royally screwed. In truth, if the Man-Eaters make it in there, I mean, I'd probably be steadfast, but I mean, it would cripple that unit. I wouldn't have anything left. So the way it worked out was as good as it can be. 9 Bulls against a horde of Gores with extra hand weapon, likely getting rerolls to hit. I'll take that all day long. I think I crushed that unit. So there's that. And here is this. This picture becomes important later. I'll refer back to it. Iron Blasters, of course, kill another Razorgore Chariot. And after combat, this wasn't game-breaking necessarily, but talk about demoralizing. He charges in. He does 11 wounds to me. I do 3 to him. 3 wounds. Are you kidding me? I've got so many attacks, re-rolling to hit. I am wounded on 5s, but oh man. I think I win that, and now I'm like, wow, what just happened there? Beastmen turn 2. The Razorgore that was behind my lines, I move back up to redirect the Man-Eaters. My Chariot on the far right charges a Saber Tusk. My Gore charged his Mournfang. That's not the matchup I wanted, but I can't avoid him charging me, and I'd much rather get the charge than be charged by them. Yeah, so I'm rerolling to hit. The downside is he's got a 2-up armor save. The upside is I have so many hits. I think I'm hitting on 3s rerollable. I'm wounding on 5s, and then he's saving on 2s. But I don't need a ton of wounds to cripple his unit. And I think as long as I roll averages, I think I win that eventually. The question is, how depleted is my unit going to be afterwards? So I go ahead and charge the Saber Tusk, like I said. My hope here, and I hate to rely on one spell, but my hope here is to get a Purple Sun, place it in front of my Great Brave Shaman, which will touch 4 of those bulls in combat on the right, and then shoot it towards his Death Star. And if it can go through him, I mean, I don't need Purple Sun to win the game for me, but I do need it to help out. I need to get his units a little bit smaller. His Hellheart is far enough away that he's got to roll a 3 in order to hit my level 4, and that'll ruin my plans probably. If he rolls a 5, he hits all my spellcasters, and that's really, really bad. So his Hellheart, it's kind of a tough decision for him. I think he sees that it's probably still a good time to use it. If he doesn't, in my magic phase, I can use the Stone of Spite, which will destroy the Hellheart. So he's almost forced to use it this turn. So we'll talk about how that goes in just a minute. So there's close-ups, charge there, charge there. There's the sacrifices being made with the sacrifice of the Razorgore. Yeah, so he rolls the Hellheart, and he rolls a 2. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, that is so awesome. I actually have a chance here. And then he says, you know what? This game has, you get re-rolls. I'm going to re-roll the Hellheart. And he rolls a 5. And I swear, I saw on my side of the board just carpet bombing going on. I had miscasts going on everywhere. My level 4 miscast. I had at least 1, if not 2, dimensional cascades. I mean, just, oh my gosh, you could just hear the bombs exploding. Absolutely, utterly destroyed my bunker unit. I'm down to only my level 1s. 2 of them have taken a wound each. Not only did it wreck my magic phase, so now there's no magic, no Purple Sun, no Soul Blight, no Doom, nothing going on there. Now I've got 3 level 1s sitting out there on my turn, and he's got 2 Iron Blasters that are like the best snipers in the history of Warhammer kind. So that sucked. After combat, yeah, my Gore do do pretty well. I do, I think, 4 wounds. I think I kill one and do an extra wound to his guys, and that's fantastic. I go before him, and so when he attacks back, he has fewer attacks. So that's all I really need there, is just to get so many hits, do a few attacks. If I kill next turn, if I kill another one, I reduce his attacks back by even that much, and I win that eventually. The bad news is the Bestigor unit was just in a bad position. So they killed the Saber Tusk. Now there's nothing I can do except be charged by his Iron Gut unit. So I went ahead and overran and got the charge on him. That'll save me just a couple wounds. The downside is, man, this just is not a good matchup for me. My generals, I actually will take my general against his general as long as he doesn't have a magic buff, because he's just not really that strong. I think he's strength 5. And that'll give me a 3-up rerollable armor save, which translates back into more attacks on me. I think I actually kill his general, or any other character he puts against me. So if we can just stick around, get enough wounds on him to stay steadfast, and just let my general start picking off characters, I'm actually okay with that, because I think I'm eventually going to win against the Mordvang, and I think I'm eventually going to win against those bulls on the right. And so the only question after that point would be, how do I deal with the man-eaters? And despite the horrible luck, I think there's still a chance. Now, I'm saying that calmly in retrospect. I'm telling you, at this point of the game, I was very frazzled. Those rolling 4 miscasts really just destroyed my psyche, which I shouldn't let happen. After combat here, instead of 3 wounds, I do 6. That's more like it. He does 9 on me, which I felt he was still getting above average there, but that's okay-ish. On his turn, he's not going to be able to charge into the man-eaters. Again, it still gives me more time to whittle down that unit. Ogres turn 3. Really not a whole lot of movement going on. Everybody's kind of tied up. The man-eaters do charge the Razorgore. Yeah, they're gonna crush him. Iron Blasters open up on my wizards, easily kill 1. The other 2 fail their panic test and run right off the board. So, okay, that's not great. After combat, yeah, during his magic phase, he gets off Savage Beast on his general. And I remember being frustrated by how that happened. He'll just have to remind me. I just don't remember. I don't know if he rolled and then I went to Dispel and just rolled like crap. Whatever it was, it doesn't matter. Once he got that, his characters, of course, are in the second rank, so he can just move them forward and put them wherever he wanted them. So he moved his general, touching my general. My choice was to have him attack me and kill other stuff too, or get in a challenge with him. So we're in a challenge, and he just beats my general silly, of course. Yeah, he does plenty of wounds. I'm not steadfast. I break. The unit gets away, so there's that at least. Then this happened. So my Gorion on the right finally decided to crush his bulls. I think I got 9 wounds this time. So I had 3. The first round of combat, I did 3 wounds. The second round, I did 6 wounds. The third round, I did 9 wounds. They broke. That caused a panic test on his general's unit, and on leadership, I think 9 rerollable, they fail and run away from the nearest unit, which is my fleeing Bestigor. Now, that posed a couple options. I mean, that's one. At this point in the game, I'm thinking I'm crushed. I mean, there's just nothing I can do at this point. Now, oh, it's tough. The general's unit ran just a little bit too far away, because one option was for me to go, let's say, 2 wide, be in something pretty close to a conga line, and get fairly close to his general's unit, charge him on my turn, they flee, hope to catch him. If I catch him, I reform, I'm golden. If I don't catch him, I'm strung out, not being steadfast, and I would, for every inch I went forward, I'd go that far backwards, so the man-eaters would be able to see me, they would charge me, and I would just, that would be the game. So I wasn't quite desperate enough to try that. I'd thought about it. Another option is to do what I reform like I did here, and chase those bulls and try to catch them and at least get the points. What I decided to do instead, because I have no leadership and reroll nearby, is reform like this and charge the man-eaters. And I did that because I forgot that they were stubborn. So we go to my turn. I charge in. I'm thinking, wow, this is great. I still have a magic phase. I could cast Purple Sun through them. I can get Soul Blight. Anything like that would work. The Bestigor rally, being turn 3, there's still the smallest of chances I might be able to to forestall any future charges by his Death Star. So if I can win the Mournfang, if I can win against the Man-Eaters, and keep my best to go points, it actually may still be a game. Yeah, so there's the charge. You can see there's some kind of spell on them, and I just can't see it here, and I can't remember what it was. But it wasn't Doom and Darkness, I can tell you that. After combat, he kills my level 4, who was sitting on 2 wounds anyway. And I win combat, and he's stubborn. I'm just dadgummit. So he's stubborn. He has no leadership or reroll, but who needs that? He not only passes as stubborn, then he passes his reform. He faces me, and the Gore unit is screwed. And without a leadership and reroll, I fail Primal Fury. I fail my Fear test. With 2 remaining Mournfang, they beat my Gore unit. I fail my Steadfast. Fan-freaking-tastic. At this point, it's mop up. So there's that. He beats me. Doesn't even try to run me down. My turn. They continue to run. They're in Snake Eyes. Everything is as you can see it. Ogres turn 5. Yeah, I don't know where the Gore unit got ran down by somebody. He charged my best Gore. I fled. He shot my last remaining chariot because why not? On my turn, this was kind of funny. I reformed it away because I just wanted to make sure that his Mournfang didn't have a good chance to catch me. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there, but yeah, so it lined up perfect flank shots with his cannons. He shot a bunch and forced a panic, but I passed it. The game ends like that. So here's the funny thing. It was such a devastating loss that with the scenario objectives, there's actually a chance you can get -1 if you never made a charge outside of your deployment zone. And I didn't have it, or outside of your half of the table. Well, I never had a chance to get off my half of the table. I mean, turn 1, he was past the halfway point. So I got -1 there, and I didn't get any points whatsoever. So I actually scored a -1 in this game. Luckily, they're capped at 0, but oh my gosh, how awful. There were moments that were really bad luck. My Lord Inquisitor would have to remind me of what some of them were. I just don't remember. I just remember being really frustrated. But I think the problem is I got frustrated early on and allowed that to make just bad decisions later. One thing I can tell you, 2 huge mistakes in the deployment phase. One, flip-flopping the Bestigor and the Gore unit was silly. I knew what the matchups I wanted. And even though I had to place my special first, it wasn't really difficult to measure things out. I should have put my Gore unit in horde formation. I'm sorry, on the Gore unit on the left, I should put them in bus formation where the Bestigor are. Put the Bestigor on the left, and then just put the leadership wherever I needed them. And so I could have put my general and my BSB in that middle Gore unit if I needed the leadership. That's all it really would have taken. Another mistake is, regardless of what I did there, the BSB needed to be with the Gore unit. I mean, if the BSB was with the Gore unit and they got in with the Mournfang, we're golden. I mean, you know, strength 4 means he's a armor saving on 3 up instead of 2 up, and I do twice the number of wounds. So, of course, if the general and BSB were in the middle unit, that's a moot point. The Bestigor, without any characters in there, could handle the Mournfang just fine, I believe. So another option is put the general off to the side and let the other ones just rely on rerolls. Who knows? A third mistake right here at this point in the game, I charged the Sabertusk out of frustration because, oh my gosh, he's blocked me. I can't charge the Mournfang. What am I going to do? What I should have done when I is not charged him, go ahead and charge my Gore unit into the Mournfang. I was looking to charge my general into the flank of the Mournfang, but the way he positioned his Sabertusk, I couldn't. The Sabertusk, not only is it blocking me from charging his Mournfang, it's blocking his Iron Guts from charging my Bestigor unit. All I had to do was reform ever so slightly, maybe put my champion on the corner, so if he does charge in and touch me, he's only killing the champion, and save my Harpies for later on. I could actually charge the Harpies at that back Sabertusk and clear him out, and been available back there for something. So that was another, just a move out of frustration, which was unnecessary, and it pretty much forced a bad matchup with my Bestigor against his Death Star. So tournament-wise, I felt that was just devastating, obviously. I went from being in first or second place to being probably mid-pack somewhere. Just very, very frustrating. But in hindsight, just really didn't play a good game. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hey everyone, Once Bitten here. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. As you know, YouTube has several functions you can use to interact with videos such as this. You can like the video, you can leave a comment, you can favorite the video. I want you to know that I appreciate it when you do things like that. It feels much more interactive than simply me talking to a screen. So if you're willing to do so, please like, comment, and favorite the videos. Subscribe to the channel if you want, and you certainly are welcome to share this video on your blog or other websites if you are so inclined. Again, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.